Primus, Here Come the Bastards. Guitar tabs and guitar lesson. I'll play all the different parts right at the beginning here. After that, I'll go back through, give the full explanation for it. Please hit that subscription button. It's the best way of letting me know that you like this video and want me to do more Primus stuff. And now, let's get on into it. Alright, so for this we'll be in a drop D tuning, D-A-D, G-B-E. And it's just this real chromatic back and forth vibe that we're starting with, and it kind of builds in layers. Initially it sounds like we're just doing kind of part of the chord, which we'll focus on, say, like the A and the D string here. And we're just at the 2nd fret. This is all kind of part of like a E power chord, and we just strum on this real staccato in the beginning. So just strum, cut it, just real choppy sounding chords, right? So we just start with about 4 of them. And after we hit that 4th one, we hit it and slide it up to 3s. Hit those 3s again and slide it back down to the 2s. And then we kind of start it over again. And after we get through, say, that 2nd time, this is as we're into the verse section, the intro would just kind of keep that going. But at the verse, once we get to that point, we just kind of do that 2-3 slide again. And once we get to those 3s the 2nd time, that kind of kicks in the next chord, which is basically just, we bumped up a half step to F now. All right, and we kind of just transpose what we're doing there, the 2 and 3, up to the 3 and the 4. All right, so we do our 3 to 4. All right, and then the 4 is back down to 3. All right, and then we'll come back up to our 3 to 4. And at that point, then we just go all the way back to our E. And when we get into the chorus, we just kind of make the chords bigger now by just adding that low D with everything. All right, it's all the same frets. We just kind of add the extra string now. Okay, just makes it sound a little bigger now for the chorus sections. All right, for the solo, we get kind of a interlude at the beginning, I guess, where we're just kind of hitting some chords, and we're getting less staccato now. We just kind of let the chords ring out. All right, and we got the big power chord vibe going on. All right, so we get through about that much of it, and instead of kind of carrying on there, we'll bump it up to like a higher voicing now, and even add more of a major note vibe here, where we just come up to the 9s on the middle D, G, B. All right, we can kind of do that same thing here, where we go 9s to 10s back to 9s. And at that point, I guess the solo kind of technically starts, where we just do this little scale up to, on the B string, we go 9, 10, 12. All right, and then we just work it back down, the 12, 10, 9, land on 12 of the middle D, and you can hit the 9s on the G and B under it. Sounds good. Get a little dissonant there. It is Primus after all. All right, and then we scale that 12D down by going, 12, 10, 9. Land on 11 of the A. Kind of hang out there for a sec. Then we slide it down to 8. Come down, we do a little 6, 7, back to on the middle D, and then back to that 8A. Land on 6D. Just kind of play around with that little scale for a little bit. Get as crazy as you want there. Okay, just messing around with that 6, 7 D and the 8 on the A, just bouncing around there. And after we hang out there for a little bit, slide up to 13 of the G. Then we go 13B, 13, 12 E, and then finish with a couple strummings on 15B, 16 E. All right, and then we would just finish it off by doing our big, kind of how we started this with our big power chord, legato chords. And then we would just get back into our main patterns.